Welcome to Chellington 17, episode 9, with me, MrSealyp. So I am by the side of field 11. I've now set the worker off, and checking on the map, you will see undergrowth. I have now got the rectangle. It took a couple of tries with these strips to get it right up to the edge here, so I got the biggest rectangle I could. The worker is now going down this strip, and I'm actually nearly full in this. I've got 18,000, so not much more to fill this up, and I can take my first load off. Actually, I put the beacons on, I think. Take my first load off to the sell point at the store. Now, the only downside, I'm sure I mentioned this before, talk up a little bit now because the harvest is quite loud, is that because you haven't got multiple sell points on this map, you've only got Chellington store, you haven't got any options to wait for, well, I mean, you could wait for good prices and just hold it in storage, realistically, but you can't really move around trying to find the best place. Realistically, you just take it and you get paid for what it's worth, so I don't know whether it's good or bad. Maybe a second sell point on the map would have been quite cool, but it doesn't matter. So I'm now full. Take this and set it. The work will probably stop when it gets to the end, actually. That's when it turns around, it manages to just catch the edge of the next one, but be a bit of a wasted strip. But anyway, off to the sell point, which is actually just down the road, it's not far away. So I'm glad I kind of got over the whole having to redo my entire map to get to where I was. So now with the gameplay can just continue. That's good. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. It's I'm actually quite enjoying it. I was, like I said, I've been waiting for an English map, and I might have mentioned yesterday's Knaveswell. Like I say, if anyone's out there, Giants or any modders that want to convert Knaveswell to 17. That's the first map I ever watched any gameplay, a let's play on. I was playing 15 and wasn't really watching YouTube clips on it, and I got stuck on something and just put in a search and found Daggerwin, and that's what he was playing on, Knaveswell, and just fell in love with it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, the recording stopped there for some reason, don't know why. The harvest income worked out at about 13, nearly 14,000 for that one trailer. So straight back to the field, and I'll get the turn the beacons off now, actually. I'll get the harvester going again. Okay, the harvester is off and running again. Take this back into the field, and then we'll jump ahead till we've got another load. To be fair, it might be a lot of this field done actually by then, but anyway, harvester is cracking on. We'll get this harvested. And I'm thinking what to do next. It's a brilliant setting, this. I do love it. The barley swaying in the breeze. What I've actually tried to do is make sure that next time I do this field, to get my rectangle, I've taken a kind of reference point. So when you come up the field here, you've got the straight along here, and as it starts to bend round here, there's a tree. So what I've done is, I'll try to remember that, so that when I next come to do it, and I've got a harvest to do, I'll come straight along, I'll do it for seeding and everything else as well. If I put the tractor here, and set it off on a worker, it will do a straight line, it will just clip the edge of the field, and it will give me this side of the rectangle really, really nicely. So it's kind of working out those reference points on the field so you can get your rectangle and get a worker on it. The outer bits, all the bits around the outside, I'll do myself, that's no problem at all. But it just means that you can set a worker doing a job while you're doing something else. But that will kind of help. So, see you in a bit. Interestingly, on the settings, I think I put it on. If I go down to here, camera, where was it? Is it reset camera? One of these settings I changed. Is it dynamic camera? On. Yeah, the vehicle camera will try to stay horizontal to the world. That was off before. And I set it on and I didn't think it made any difference. But interestingly, just then when it went along and it went across a bump, you could really see the tilt in the harvester. So I think I might leave that setting on that. And it's a bit more interesting. You can sort of see more first-hand the sort of undulations in the fields. You don't notice so much from outside when you're doing out of cab, but in cab you can really see that. I like that. Nice little touch. So I thought what I would do is lease the Vogelnut cultivator again, although he is actually nearly full. Yeah, 3,520 for vehicle leasing. So I've leased it, and that should be over there, just in the distance, in the store car park. I'm going to unload this first. And then I'll move the tractor off the field, and while the worker is carrying on, I'll start cultivating this side of the field, the bit that's already been done. That way I'm kind of getting jobs done while I'm waiting. The same staff sitting around. I've just been around actually to check on contracting jobs, and there aren't any available at the moment, although there are crops growing, I think, in all three fields. So there's nothing for me to do at the moment. That said, I did set, because I was having trouble with the plough on whatever it was, episode 3 or 4, and the ploughing and sorting that field and the field boundaries, I turned the settings to ploughing not required and fertiliser state only 1 rather than 3. I might change that back and put it back on 3 fertiliser states required, because otherwise it just seems just too easy. That could be why there are no contracting missions available at the moment, because it's only saying it's requiring 1 fertilising pass, which would actually give me more income if I allow it. Actually saying that, you know what, I'm going to go and look at it now. Yeah, so periodic ploughing I've got turned off at the moment, but fertiliser states I've got on 1, I'm going to set it on to 3, and take that off. Whether that has an effect now on the map, growth stages, fertiliser states. Have a look at soil composition. Yes, it's still reading at the moment that all of these fields, the ones I've done and these ones, are on their final fertilising state, because I had it set on once. So any fields I do from now on, it will require 3 fertilising states, which is kind of how I want it to be. It needs to be like that. So I'm going to move the tractor off the field. Now I did consider renting or leasing the Lemken, I think it is Titan, cultivator. However, it said it required 300 horsepower. This has got 280, and it's a relatively flat field. I might have got away with it, but it was asking for nearly 10 grand to lease it, which, I don't know, it swings and roundabouts. It might have been a good idea to do, in all honesty, because using this one, this is only a 6 metre one. I think that was a 9, I think. Not sure, but I'll crack on with this while the harvester's working. That way I'm kind of not sitting around doing nothing. It makes more sense, really. If I actually unfold it here and start straight away, No time like the present and all that. Lower the plough, the cultivator, and off we go. Field 11 is now cultivated. The last of the barley is off and in the trailer. Go and sell the last bit. It's not a full load, but it's not far off. Nearly 12,000. Not bad at all. Okay, so that's field 11 done. I do need to get the fertiliser sprayer, get some fertiliser on it. It will need seeding, that will need to be done as well. But I'm likely to, I'm edging on doing that off screen. So what I am intending to do now, if I can get out, is head to the store, and I have purchased the Aquatrans water container. So I'll leave this here again. Don't know how many episodes it will sit here for. A few probably, until I do the next harvest. And grab the Aquatrans. Now, if you're wondering, the cultivator has been left, well, I'll show you where it's been left actually, on my way back. Just past these derelict buildings there is a turning which actually takes you into the side of, past this little pond, the side of field 11 where we just were. And through the back of field 11 there's this lovely little gap that takes you into field 10, which we own already. So what I started to do was, with the cultivator, stick in a rectangle and get this cultivated. Then it suddenly dawned on me that I needed to get the seed back, and I'm not doing an entire episode of cultivating. This field will be cultivated off screen, but that's where the cultivator is. It is leased, so I need to make sure I do get on with this job, otherwise it's one of those ones you'll forget and then get clobbered for a fee. Anyway, so out the back side of 10. That sounded really bad. Out the back side of 10. Nothing to do with the back side. The far side of field 10 takes you back onto the lane, which takes you back up to the farm, which is great. But before I do that, I'm going to fill up this little beauty. So if I come down to the river, probably I could have done it from the other side actually and filled, I don't know, is it 20? The one I use for silage bales. But this one's got a fairly gradual slope. Actually, the other side would have been, might have been better actually. Never mind. Let's drop this down into the water. Hopefully. Nope, not far enough. There we go. Free water. Making sure I don't actually reverse the tractor in as well. Okay. There are probably lots of other places around the map I could do it, but it seemed I was kind of on the way back anyway, so bit of a no-brainer really. I can find the gate out of this field. Whoa. Starsky and Hutch moment there across the bonnet. That was a bit well, my words are failing me today. Insert your own words there. Okay. Back to the farm. I am going to grab the bale spikes. I'm not going to point them down, I'm in the yard. I'm not going out in public. God, it's all about those gates today. Okay. So we are at the sheep pen. Open animal dialogue. 4,000. God dearie me. It's daylight robbery. I'm going to buy some sheep. First animals on Chellington farm. Well, not the first, but for me they are anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just start off with 4. That'll be fine. Confirm purchase. Yes, I've got 4 in the farm box on the left at the bottom. It is charging me £800 for delivery because I haven't got a trailer. But it'd be a false economy. It would cost me more to rent a trailer or buy a trailer than it would do to pay $800. So I might as well for the time being. Do I really want them? Yes, I do. There we go. 4 sheep on Chellington. Fantastic. Now let's make them productive. Jump in here and give them some water. Excellent. Now I'm going to leave that there because until I've got some more animals, it's only the sheep that are going to need water at the moment, so I can just come backwards and forwards and fill that up. So next job then is grass. This should work. It is on Goldcrest Valley. Oh, come on, please say this works still. Oh, this is going to be a worry then. Have I got this in the wrong... It can't be in the wrong place, can it? Oh. That's a problem. Chellington seems to be a map of bafflement. I must admit, when I started playing 17 on Goldcrest Valley, and somebody posted and said you could actually just put grass bales into the trough and it would take them, it seemed a bit weird that it did, and it did on Goldcrest Valley. I can't seem to get it to take it on here. So I've got a couple of options now. I did think about a bale shredder, but I don't know if that only does straw, or just get a loading wagon and cut some grass. That's my only other option. Problem is I don't own a loading wagon, and the cheapest one's 30 odd thousand. So I did think about leasing one, but then it becomes a false economy. I'm going to need a loading wagon, I guess. So down to the bank. Other bizarre thing, when I've loaded up version 2, I haven't got a loan, which is weird. My loan says 0. No, I don't recall paying it off, so I'm a bit puzzled. But anyway, regardless, I'm going to borrow some money, well, as much as I can, in all honesty. I don't care about what the payments are. Right. I've borrowed the maximum. That's it. So what am I up to? 200,000 I've just borrowed, so I'm up to 416,000. It's not a cheat. People borrow from the bank all the time. I'm just not quite sure what I'm going to do with all these grass bales now. That is so weird. I can't understand it. I'm at the right not sell point, but drop-off point. It just won't... Hang on a second. No, it's still not doing it. It's not even to do with what part you're on. No, I don't know. I'm annoyed, I'll be honest. Now, if anyone knows, you can use a bale shredder for grass. Let's have a quick look on animals. Bale shredder says this machine, oh yeah, takes straw bales and use them to cover the ground. So those grass bales now are redundant, unless I make them into silage bales, which I might have to do. Not a big problem. I'll just have to knock over each stack, make them into silage bales, and then take them and sell them. That's a bit frustrating. Okay, so loading wagon. That's my next purchase then. I'm not going to go down to the store to buy it, but I will need to go and collect it. 31,000 for the small one. I don't need a lot of grass, in all honesty. I could just get a bucket and bring up some grass from down by the cows, but that just seems a lot of backwards and forwards. Oh, I don't know what to do now. I'm at a real loss. Buy it. Okay, it's bought. So time to go and collect it, cut some grass, bring it back, and I can feed the sheep. That didn't work out how I hoped it was going to. Never mind. Okay, so a little while later. Oh, it's not full, but I've got some grass in it. Oh, I hope this works, otherwise I'm going to be really angry. There we go, this should work then. There we go. That took a huge amount. That's really weird. I really don't understand why that's done that. But never mind. I'm going to stick this over here for the time being. I probably actually, now I own this, I can use this for grass cutting and collecting grass to put into the silage bunker. That'll be the next job this can do. It's not a huge size, it's going to take me a while. That'll be another one of those jobs I'll probably do off screen. Let's tuck this away in the bushes out of the way. Okay. So, we have sheep, and they are hungry. That's good. he comes running across. Okay, Chellington 17. We now have sheep. Interesting barn. That I don't know if they'll go in there. I suppose the more you buy, the more likelihood there is them going there. But that's all the sheep need. They just need water and they need grass or hay, which they now have, and they will start producing wool. 4 of them are going to take a while to produce wool, but they are here, they are ticking over. I am going to need to buy a bucket for my front loader so that I can clean up their feed area when they start to make a mess. But that's good. Just have a quick look in the menu. There we go, left-hand column. Cleanliness 100%, water full, hay or grass full. Productivity is saying 10% at the moment, but I've only just done that, so that will speed up. That, oh yes, I was going to say that can't be right. Next animal in 2,399 hours. That's because the productivity hasn't changed. But anyway, we have sheep. Great. Next job then. Probably I'm going to have to look at changing those into silage bales now as well then. Now, for those of you that are looking up in that top right hand corner and thinking, no, that's not on, shouldn't have got all that money. It's a bank loan. I'm going to have to pay the interest on it. At the end of each day, I'm going to get clobbered for it. I do need to get another tractor. I did say that before. I am gradually working my way through jobs. I am earning money. And, you know, the whole point of the game, you're entitled to take out a loan and pay off the loan whenever you want. So I've taken out a loan now. I need to make money. And I'm thinking what I'll do is, every time I do a big job, if I get a big payout for something, I'll just pay 5,000 off every time I do it. Gradually chip away at it, then get rid of it. It's going to take a while. When the farm becomes really lucrative, maybe pay off a big chunk in one go. But I've got a lot of equipment I need to sort out, and a lot of things I need to do. So, that said, we'll see how we go. I do need to get some equipment. It is now 25 to 8. Time is ticking on. It'll be bedtime soon. Anyway, I'm back in the Massey Ferguson. And take the mower back. I do need to fertilise, spray and seed field 11. I need to cultivate field 10. There's loads to do. Loads to do. I'm waiting on crops growing. In field 6. Sorry, mine went blank from it then. In field 6, I think I'm going to top off the tanks on here as well. And while I'm filling up, ponder my next job. I decided to kind of finish off what I started, but because the grass bales are no good, can't actually use them to feed the cows or the sheep. It has to be done with grass from a loading wagon or off a bucket, I suppose would work, couldn't it? I've decided to silage wrap all of the grass bales, which I've now done. I don't need, I'm just trying to think whether I need this again. Probably not within the 24 hours that I had the lease for. So go back into here. That can now be returned, but I will need the bale collector still. So that has been collected and taken away. So what I've decided to do, as you can see, it's a lovely sunset over Chellington. It's 10 to 8. It's been a busy day. Got field 11 ready for seeding, kind of sorted. Got all the barley off it, got the barley sold. Got it cultivated. That's all been done, which is fantastic. Got our 4 new sheep. got a massive bank loan. So there, these ones have been done as well. They've been silage wrapped. So 4 new sheep on Chellington farm, which is fantastic. So what I've decided to do was, firstly, I thought I'd drive into a gate post, and after that what I thought I would do was take a nice leisurely drive out to the village, and once I get to the village, I thought what I might do, finish off the evening with this lovely sunset, is pop to the pub for a pint. Why not? It's probably unusual to park a tractor in a pub car park, but never mind. Where are we? The Plough Inn. Bullard's Beers. Never heard of them, actually. But anyway, that said, that's the end of this episode. Like I said, it's been a busy one. Got a lot done. Lots more to do. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, from me at Chellington, about to pop into the Plough Inn for a swift half or 4. Thanks for watching.